Welcome to Sports Federation TV, the show where we continually chat about all codes of sport, brought to you by the Western Cape Provincial Sport Confederation. My name is Alton Davids. We shift our attention to aquatics. As many of you know, aquatics is a big word. The other word is swimming. Irma? No? Swimming is most people understand your sport as swimming, not aquatics as the main name.
I do think everybody assuming swimming related to pool swimming, but swimming and aquatics does not only cover pool. We cover synchro and water polo, we got master, and we do have also open water swimming, which I'm here to discuss something with you today.
Yes, because open water swimming is one of the, what some people call the stepchild of aquatics. It's out there in the one side of things. People don't really understand it or even talk about it in a general space. So give us a bit of history and a bit of understanding of what open water swimming is about.
Well, first of all, open water swimming is the beginning of all the swimming or all aquatics. You got the opportunity to have fun. It's an open sport. We are at the sea, at the lake, at the dam, in the river, and it's for everybody. You can start splashing in a open area. Yeah. So it's a family day. You can actually go and have a little event with the mum, with the brother, with the cousin, bring the family, have a picnic and do a little bit of open water. So it's a beginning of what is eventually become a sport, which is the open water swimming in a competitive manner.
So in a simple sense, it's taking the skills that you harness, whether you learn how to swim in a pool in the Learn to Swim program, or you do pool swimming and go out and do competition in an open space of water, like a lake, a dam, or even the sea.
Absolutely, you're right. So it's the beginning of decide what you like the most. So some athletes prefer pool and they're getting very strongly onto it. Others prefer the open sky and sea or the dam, and open water is coming along.
How big is open water swimming in the Western Cape? I mean, you look after open water swimming in the Western Cape. How big is the component in the Western Cape?
Well, first of all, I think that we used to be one of the best province in this section of aquatics, and we got a lot of triathletes and we got a lot of swimmers that are not only sprinters and do pool, so they do prefer the long distance or the mid-long distance, and there is a lot of people that just doing for fun, to have a day of fun, a short event. You know, there can be the mile, there can be a more relaxing day out there. So we actually do have quite a lot of open water swimming.
You touched on a very interesting part, that there are lots of triathletes.
Yes.
The challenge is, I mean, when I was training for Ironman, we'd never swim without our wetsuit. Yet, that's one of the reasons why we never came to swim in open water. Is that something you would consider though? Because a lot of triathletes aren't the best swimmers. They swim because they have to swim.
So the triathlete like the wetsuit because in Cape Town, they all go and swim in the sea. But when we go to a dam, for example, we had recently an event in Lamont or in George, where the water temperature is 23 degrees, I will ask you to remove your wetsuit, because if you're swimming a long distance, your heart will actually have an impact and will be too hot, and we need to consider that 23 degrees is no need of a wetsuit. So also our rules in Western Cape, just like FINA, anything below 16 degrees, we will ask the athlete compulsory wetsuit. Okay. Between 16 to 18 degrees, we say to the athletes, you can choose. If you are a cold water swimmer, you don't need a wetsuit and you're quite capable to do it without it. If you're not, and you're just training in pool of a temperature of 24, you do want to have your wetsuit because that water is a bit cold.
Yes.
Anything above 18, we will impose a no wetsuit.
How big is the segment in terms of athletes? I mean, you talk pool deck swimming. You have Learn to Swim level 1, level 2, level 3, which is kind of the top level, if I understand. Level 3, level 4 is the top level in pool swimming. Does the same system apply in open water?
Okay. in pool swimming, we also go into junior national and we got senior national.
Okay.
So we got swimmers that might be 16 years old, but yet qualified on the time for a senior level. Okay. Open water, we do have qualifying times and age.
Okay.
Okay. So theoretically, if you're not yet 14, you are not allowed to swim a 5-kilometer event or 7.5 or a 10. Okay.
Is that the distance?
There's the distance that we're swimming. 7.5 kilometers and 10 kilometers.
Really?
Absolutely. So we are currently entering our Western Cape team to go to senior national for the open water, which will be out in Jeffreys Bay next month, actually 2 weeks from now. And we do have 13, 14 years old. You know, we got some, 13 years, turning 14, which they will compete in our 5-kilometer.
Sure.
And then we do have, of course, the 16, 17 competing in the 7.5 kilometer and some 18 years old competing in the 10 kilometer. Ladies and gentlemen. So we do have a very strong team for Western Cape Aquatics. Very proud of them. I know them personally, and they fantastic athletes. We also got some master. They will come and swim the 3 kilometer. And we do have our younger group. They will do the 3 and the 5, or they will do the 3 kilometers. Some of them might have the opportunity to do a relay. So we do have a good squad going to national, and we're hoping to have a good outcome on with our swimmers.
Absolutely. But if you, just on what you say now, and I'll go back to the triathlon thing. As an Ironman participant, the furthest we'll ever swim is 3.2 kilometers in race position. And now you're telling me I must go and swim a 5K, a 7K, and a 10K. I think that's where we're losing.
Fun enough.
I mean, for me, it's a time thing. I mean, you've got to be focused for so long in that water. And your mental ability needs to be 100% focused to be able to, unlike the pool, you know you're going to hit the wall, you know you're going to hit the line, you're going to do a tumble, and you're going back. In the open water, for me, the technique is find that buoy, swim, and keep your eye on that buoy all the time. Because if you're not focused, you're not going to do a 5K, you're going to do a 7K. Very
often it does happen that they're doing a little bit longer distance than not a shorter distance. So I do take my hat off for every single one of them. I'm on the boat while they're swimming, and they're swimming very fast, and they're really going for it.
Yeah.
So we do have Western Cape swimmers that will actually represent us, and I truly hope so at the Olympics and or World Champs.
Awesome.
And we do have young athlete squad from Western Cape going to the international event. So we also try to put South Africa out there and say we're also here. You know, we're young, we're little, but we are coming.
So we have a strong contingent to come back with medals in 2 weeks' time. I sincerely hope so by what you are saying.
I do really hope so. We do have a strong team, and definitely I really hope that there will be quite a few medals coming in. From gold, silver and bronze, absolutely.
So my challenge on this show, and every person who comes on the show, is your competition happens in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
2-3 weeks after that, I want to see 2 athletes here.
Absolutely.
Who have podiumed.
Absolutely.
Is that the deal?
But let's not just bring 2. Let's just give them the opportunity to come all and be present here to say, hey, I got it. Look at my medal.
We can only fit a certain amount in, but we can space them out and give them all an opportunity at times.
Perfect. Perfect.
But that's the goal. The goal of this show is to showcase athletes who have excelled in the Western Cape.
Look, I don't know if I can mention a couple of names.
Yes,
I would gladly mention. We do have Danny Murray, which is in contention to go to the Olympics for the 5 and 10 kilometer.
Nice.
And we do have a couple of youngsters like Zach Ellis and Mitchell. Also, they try to qualify for the 7.5 on the boys' side. We got some swimmers from Eden, also very, very strong. Anna Murray, Anna Nielsen. We got Tammy Greenwood. We got Carly Antonopoulos and Cara Barnes, which are the ladies which will do the 10 kilometer. For us and represent Western Cape in a national. So we do have a nice big group, and we got a couple of the youngsters that will go for the 5 kilometer and the 3 kilometer. Let's not exclude them. They are still young. They, our 12, 11 and 13 years old, and I'm sure and positive they will make us very proud.
I look forward to interviewing them in a few weeks' time, Irma.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for
You're
coming to
welcome.
tell us a bit about open water swimming.
Anytime.
It's something that we need to have a regular conversation about.
I'm here.
Cool.
With
We'll make it
pleasure.
happen.
Thank you so
very
much. Thank you for asking me.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it.
Let's take an ad break. We'll be right back.